You're live. First off, filming in the outdoors is very difficult. Lighting, if you're going to do any professional filming for any sales videos or anything else, um, make sure you know what you're doing outside. I mean, you should have, like right now, I'm way too dark. The background is so bright. Um, I should have, if I go closer, the camera will adjust, but I should have actual, even though I'm outdoors, lighting up my face. But here I am. Why am I frustrated today? And it's a business owner's frustration. Probably also a customer manager or anyone dealing with customers um, probably faces similar frustrations. Not every day, but at least throughout the week or maybe even throughout the month. And that is if you have a system that works, when you have new customers come into the system, it's basically a failure to use the system that makes or creates the challenges. I think it was Dan Kennedy that said that. It's not a problem with the system, it's a failure to use the system. And as an owner, you've got to take responsibility for that because you're the one conveying how the system works. And so what that looks like is taking responsibility for the onboarding. What actually goes way before that? Taking responsibility for communicating the expectations during the sales process. I mean, literally, that's where it all starts. And it's the consistency's got to be there. And as you scale and you get more salespeople, well, you've got more challenges. And God forbid you're using affiliates who are outside of your control and they're really only interested in selling. Who knows what they're saying? So when people enter into a relationship, then you've got to make sure that the starting point of that relationship, there is transparency and clear set expectations of who's doing what and what to expect. And that's one of the reasons why I have just a crazy long agreement that all new clients sign. Maybe it's because of my 30 years of being in Wall Street and being a fiduciary. And a fiduciary means that your ass is on the line monetarily and you can go to jail. So you try to put everything out there in a super transparent way. But more than the actual risk of things going wrong is that agreement is so long so people really understand what to expect. Because that's where it all goes wrong, right? If you're entering into a new relationship with I can't even say a husband or a spouse anymore because that's the language is wrong. It's, if a significant other, maybe, I don't know, he or she, maybe other is not even part of the they. Who knows what even to say now. But if you're entering in a new relationship, I can't even call it a sexual relationship because some people are asexual, whatever. But if you're entering in and you say, oh, this is what I expect to yourself, but not to the other person and vice versa, then you get into the relationship and everything goes haywire because each person has an expectation that's in their own head that hasn't been communicated. So that can't possibly work. So why am I frustrated today? Because I haven't done a good enough job to communicate to a few of the new clients coming in what to expect. The onboarding needs to be improved. We need to be able to communicate, and I take responsibility on the sales side coming in, but as soon as we do the onboarding, reinforcing that. I've known one organization that made people take a pledge when they came on board, acknowledging in a pledge that this is what to expect and this is what not to expect. Now, my agreement that people sign says this is what we do and this is what we don't do. And I've beefed that up throughout the years because you got to read what we don't do, right? I mean, you got to read that. So let's look at any comments coming in and any thoughts from anyone. Put your thoughts down there. One of the things that's also been very frustrating, if we're talking about frustrations today, is standard operating procedures. SOPs. And I think from an organization standpoint, we're quite good at writing them. They're good. but I think we're sometimes don't follow them because we've used third-party SOP systems, software that makes it good to organize them and use them. But I already have complaints in my organization that we're using too much software, right? So if you're in the organization, we're using Google everything. So then we have files and directories of Google Docs. We use Zoom. We use Rocket Chat as our instant communication. We use, there's just so much software that we use. So then we brought in SOP software, which on paper was great. In the creation of the SOPs was great. But then what happens, we had SOPs, but no one went there. People forgot even the name of the SOP company. So another frustration, and I'm actually, good friends with a guy that's built a great business out of Australia, David, that has the SOP company, that has courses on SOPs. But one thing is to take the move to make an SOP and really create systems and processes, which we have, which are really great in our organization. Internally, we're using them. Internally, we do the systems and processes well, but when we onboard new people, it's always pulling documents from here and there. So I think it's compliance, but once again, I got to take responsibility because it's compliance, but if we don't make it easy and part of workflow, then as the owner of the company, got to take that on as well. So let's open up a dialogue about, as a business owner, some of the frustrations. And it's one thing to get them out there, that's good, but also let's open up a dialogue about your solutions. Because look, I'm just one person over here sitting in a nice backyard with a blue sky. Like if I go back like this, you get to see the blue sky. I'll go like this. I'll get out of there. It's actually stunning. But I'm just one person over here. I've got one fraction of the answers. But we have a community that's powerful. So let's talk about frustrations. Let's get them out there. And then let's get some really great people to talk about solutions to the frustrations. That's what would be great. In the comments below, list your frustrations. Don't be shy. I'm telling you my frustrations. List them. And then some super smart people list some answers or the way you do it. And let's start a dialogue in the comments about how we do that. And I am going to actually create a technology PDF. I'm a technologist. We use great technology. And I'll create a PDF list of the technology that we use. I think that will be useful for everyone. Don't you agree? And then I will give it to everyone in the comments below. If you type in tech, TECH, tech. But here's the let's gamify this. If you type in tech, in T is in the one comment and hit return. And then E is in the second comment and hit return. And C in the third comment and hit return. And H is in the fourth comment and hit return. But yours need to be in order. In other words, if you type TE and someone else types T, then no, that's not in order. You got to have them in sequential order. TECH, boom, 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 boom. That's how we do it. Now, let's take a look. We got Tamra asking about, hey, Tamra, how are you? How to get approved for LinkedIn? Well, I heard from a LinkedIn compadre that only 20% or less of the people on LinkedIn are actually approved for live. So it's a small percentage. LinkedIn has a funny way of releasing new functions and features. And it's not in any order that I can tell, other than the fact that they sort of roll them out in their own order. And so you don't know when you're going to get it or how you're going to get it. What I can suggest, and this is what I did, is go to LinkedIn Help and submit a help ticket and make a case for yourself. Basically say, hey, I'm Tamra and I'm a creator, which is a brand new category on LinkedIn. And I would love LinkedIn Live because I want to add value to the LinkedIn community. I don't want to come on LinkedIn and try to sell my shit and take people off your platform. And, I want to support you in your growth by creating amazing content. And here's a few links of some of the talks I did or some of the YouTube videos that I've done so you can actually see who I am and what I do. Make it really easy for them. Now, in itself, that is not going to, one of those is not going to get you approved, but be persistent. I would say, don't send the same one, copy, paste, because that's not that cool. But send one a month and keep making a case for yourself, and you'll get it. It just takes time and persistence. Did that help, Tamara? Can you give me a yes in there and say, yeah, that was a good answer, or it's a disappointing answer because there's no easy way to get it? Linda, are you getting in? I see Linda with the T and the E and the C and the H. Love it. Love it. Let's see. Here's a T. My computer's getting super hot out here. Really slowing down. Maybe I got a T in. There's an E. Does anyone have a frustration or tech question right now? We can take that. What I'm going to start to do, I'm going to be releasing a LinkedIn Live schedule. And I got a T and an E, and I think I need a C. C's coming. Yeah, I'm going to be releasing a LinkedIn Live schedule. People are super hot on Clubhouse. And, that's an audio-based platform that is either going to get bought or go out of business. My personal opinion, they got around to funding, but they have, I don't know what they have, 8 or 10 million or 12 million people. They're on iOS. They just got on Android. There's no transparency. It's a unique idea, but Facebook's coming after them with a few billion people linked to the Facebook profile. Instagram's coming after them. Twitter's coming after them. And I know I've seen the mock-up from LinkedIn. LinkedIn's coming after them. But there's no barrier to entry with almost identical technology, except for the fact that if you see 100 people in a group, you'll be able to see, oh, I that person's real, because if you click it, it'll just take you to their LinkedIn. And so, I was in a Clubhouse group, entrepreneur, I forget. And in the group, there were 5 advisors to billionaires. That's what they call themselves. 5 advisors to billionaires. Now, I don't know. Do I personally know a billionaire? I knew someone that was almost a billionaire. They went from almost $1 billion to 50 million. That was painful to watch. Do I personally know a billionaire well enough to say, does that person have an advisor? I don't know. How many advisors to billionaires do you think they're out there in the world? Do they need them? They have their own family office where they directly employ the smartest people in the world. And what's the chances of me being on a Clubhouse with 150 schmoes like me, and there happen to be 5 advisors to billionaires in there with me giving advice? Don't know. So that's why I think that that platform either gets bought, so someone buys them, a competitor buys them and put them away. That's what they do. Or they get bought and rolled up. But on their own, small shot, they're going to stay. Tech questions. Any other tech questions? All right. So thank you for today. Thank you for listening to frustration. And let's do this. Below, put something you're frustrated in. Put something you're frustrated in that you overcame and a solution to your frustration, whether it's a process, a system, or technology. Love you all. Over and out.